everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome to a new Dominions game. This is Tourney Game 7. That's kind of a awkward name for it, but this is a tournament game in Lucid's big annual tournament mode. So yeah, let's jump into things. There's probably already been a turn 0 nation analysis explaining everything, so let's jump into the actual turn. Okay. In the beginning, there was chaos. I think it would be cool, right? So, I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but this is random using, right? I've been doing a lot of random using. I've played so much Dominions. I've been doing a lot of random using here lately. On what I think it would be cool for Illwinter to do for, like, enhancing either Dominions 5 or making a Dominion 6. And I think it would be really cool if there were different lore tidbits that you could get at the start of a game, right? Like, in the beginning there was chaos, and then there's, like, 5 to 10 different, like, chunks of this, right? That are maybe dependent on your, scale, so on like what you took as far as like magic goes or things like that. I just think it would be an interesting thing, because I think most people like read this stuff once or twice and then they never read it again because it's always the same. Why read it again? But anyways, in the beginning there was chaos. Now the wheel has turned once again. Let's get it going. Okay, so here we are as Helheim. This is an interesting map. Okay, so before we really do anything, let's talk about the general turn 1 things. There's not a lot. If we really wanted to just do a turn and move on, this turn would be done. We prophetized, we sneaked, we're done. Well, I mean, we did some recruitment, but we're done, right? But no, we're gonna take a look at a couple things, right? We're gonna look at all of the pretenders of the world. So, we have Marverni with the littlest piggy. We've got Saramesha with suffering, pain, and woe. Let's actually jump in here, right? We've got the littlest piggy, god of the crafts, lord of the soil. Cool titles. Suffering, pain, and woe. Oh, Saramesha worships the pretender Woe, the eternal poet. I wonder if Saramesha went a tri-hero, right? Like a tri, either like I don't think they get Nornas, but if they went for a Trinity, I couldn't think of the word, Trinity as a god, that would be really interesting, and Woe is one of them, suffering, pain, and woe. That would be cool. I'm curious as to whether or not that is the fact. We have Abyssia with Brethren, Tower of Strength, God of Unnatural Lust, Prince of War. Cool. We've got Calum as Toll, King of Death and Rebirth, the Vessel of Might, he whose work is perfect. We've got who is that Agartha? Yeah. Agartha as Ordney Dangervein. I'm sure that's a reference. I don't know what to what though. Master of the Spring, Prince of the Wildlife, Lord of Growth. We've got Tirnanog as Rennie Ro Wrestle, the Infernal Sovereign, Lord of Kokitos. That's pretty sure that's Death. Seducer of Life, Rider of the Clouds. Cool. Rudy Giuliani as fucking Fomoria. Prince of Plants and Trees, Prince of Nature, The Rock. We've got Cold as Ice, which is me. Star of the Sea, God of Arcane Mysteries, Lord of Forgiving, The Foundation. And then we've got Grigory GoFundMe with Hinam, Eater of Children, the Unmoving Master, Patron of the Rich. Cool. So those are some fun gods. We got some fun titles. Let's look at our Thrones of Ascension real quick. We've got 10 thrones, all level 2. So we've got the Throne of Bureaucracy. Order is good, but we've already got Order 3, if I remember correctly, or did we get Order 2? I don't remember. So we got the Throne of the First Stage, increases magic, and troops get +1 magic resistance. This would be great. Throne of Fortune, we get luck +1. Also, doesn't really matter to us. We took luck 3 scales because I'm kind of a luck whore, but the Astral would be cool. We've got Inner Throne, which would be dope. Even without the order, just the 3 Blood Slaves in the Earth would be great. Throne of Earth, we get Reinvigoration, which would be amazing. +2 Earth Gems, Recruitment of Gnomes, which would be cool because that gets us some reliable access to paths that we have some issues with. I mean, we have Earth on our Svartalfheim, or what are they called? What are they called? They're just called Svartalfs. Yeah, so we get Earth on them, but we don't get any nature. So the Throne of Earth would actually get us nature access. Throne of Water, defense skill +3 is ridiculously good on us. It's wonderful. And reliable access to water 3s would be cool. Throne of Gaia is growth +2. Not really a big thing for us. I feel like the Throne of Gaia gets a little gypped because it's like, growth +2, but everyone already takes growth, right? Like, if you're not death scales, you take, like, if you're not a pop kill nation, everyone takes growth. It's very, very rare that you're like, oh, I'm gonna hopefully. So, kind of weird. We've got the Silver Throne, which is 100 gold per turn and gets Adepts of the Silver Order, which are great. We've got the Throne of Knowledge, which is Lore Master and Sage. Sages are awesome, right? Fantastic. We'd love that. Lore Masters are cool for potentially breaking into other paths. They're cool. But all right, sweet. So we've got some interesting gods. We've got some interesting thrones. And we've got some interesting territory. So this is a 9x9 map. In our immediate vicinity, we've got Kohnberg. I feel like I always get Kohnberg. Like, Kohnberg and me are real good friends. So we've got Kohnberg. We've got a large farmland up here. But that's probably something we're going to be in competition with for 69. For whoever is here, right? Our other neighbor is going to be down here, so they're probably going to be able to cheese these. So we've kind of got an interesting setup, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's not like, I'm not like, holy shit, right? Like, oh, fuck. If I was 13 to the left of us, I'd be kind of like, oh, yeah, because they have three planes within 2 of them, and they've got so the little houses, right? The multiple houses means there's big provinces. But look at this, look at these big boys over here, massive provinces. These are going to be probably some of the wealthiest provinces on the map. Is these 2 right here. So that's pretty interesting. We've got some cool terrain features around us, right? We've got a river here that kind of blocks passageway a little bit. We've got a river here, but there's a bridge over it. This river and pond create kind of a weird natural border, right? We've got this mountain range down here that creates a series of odd choke points. That can be pretty cool. Same down here. This series of mountain ranges is pretty interesting. And then the swamps themselves are also pretty interesting. And then we've got some weird river issues here as well. A lot of bridges, though, honestly. Okay. And as far as thrones go, we have 2 mountain thrones, a swamp throne, and a plains throne right next to us. No big, like... Actually, there are no big... farmland thrones, which is interesting. Big farmland thrones tend to be like they tend to be heavily focused early on, right? Because one, you're holding a throne, and that's important. But two, if it's also on a farmland, right, and you're gonna want to fort it anyways, it just makes sense. And it's like like you're being rewarded for doing the infrastructure that you should be doing anyways, you know. So it's kind of cool because that means most of the thrones aren't gonna be like super favorable. I guess like forest thrones will still be favorable for like Pan. We got forest. I'm assuming Pan's gonna be kind of like, oh, over in this. Oh wait, no, we don't have a Pan. I'm thinking of the other game. So who do we have instead? We've got like Tirnanog and Marverni will probably still be more towards forest. I don't know. Ooh, let's check that actually. We've got some starts. We've got some requested starts, I believe. Let's check. We have special terrain starts. Get special terrain starts for Agartha, Enam, and Abyssia. So Agartha gets the cave bonus income start. Enam gets the wasteland start. And for, you know, them being able to have access to their fucking unique summons. And Abyssia gets the cave bonus income. Cool. Sweet. And those are balanced things, by the way. Those are not like those are things to make sure that those nations don't get screwed over. All right, I think that is mostly it for the kind of like random setup of the game and everything like that. Let's actually take a look at what we've got going on. We have Lugram, the Hellcarl. This is going to be our prophet. We are going to prophetize Lu. We have Scout 1 moving off to the north because I am interested in this series of large provinces, right? Both 46, 44, and 56 have houses on them, which indicates that they have a large population size. So I'm very interested in getting them. So probably main focuses, of course, being 46, 7, and 4. And kind of blobbing in this area. But we want to get eyes and make sure that we're not just gonna, you know, bump someone stupidly, because that's never fun, you know, that type of thing. So, we're gonna go scout up into the north. And then recruitment-wise, we are recruiting a Van Hers, right? Starting off with a Van and 4 of our Hellherdings. This should, in theory, if we have calculated correctly, allow us to take these 4 Hellherdings. So what we're gonna do is we're going to it depends, right? Next turn, we're going to have more information on what's around us. If we see easy scenarios, what we'll probably do is we'll probably send Lu with just his base force, because this base force can actually... normally I will randomly expand, but since this is a tournament game, normally I would randomly expand with Helheim. Since this is a tournament game, I'm going to try to be good and not do dumb, random, crapshooty shit. So if we see weak things, Lu's army can definitely take out those weaker things. If not, we will send Lu and 4 Hellherdings into a spot, and then we will research with the Van Heers, and next turn, we should be able to recruit 5 Hellherdings and no commander, and then the following turn, send that Van Heers out. If, however, we see a bunch of stuff next turn that is weak, we will send Lugram at one of the weak things, and then we will send the Van Heers and the 4 Hellherdings at another of the weak things, and we'll piecemeal from there. So it kind of depends on the situation. If next turn we're like surrounded with barbarians and Bone Tribe and you know, really strong shit, then we'll take it slow and we'll escalate, right? Because Helheim is one of those nations where you just need a little bit of a start, and on turn 3, 4, 5, then you start to explode into 4, 5, 6 expanding parties, right? Because you only need a van and 4 or 5 hell herdings to conquer most areas. Okay, so no reason to start off dicey. We'll see how it goes. Okay, that should be it for the turn. Very excited to see how this goes. Very excited to see who my neighbors are. We've got one in 69. We've got one over here in 13. We got one down here in 177. And we got one over here in 19. 19, 13, 69, and 117. Alright, cool. That's going to be it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.